Formative assessment refers to a variety of methods that teachers use to conduct evaluations of student comprehension, learning needs, and academic progresses during a lesson, a unit, or course. Formative assessments help teachers identify concepts that students are struggling to understand, skills they are having a difficulty acquiring, or learning standards they have not yet achieved, so that adjustments can be made to lessons, instructional techniques, and support. The goal of formative assessment is to collect information that can be used to improve instruction and student learning while it's happening. What makes an assessment formative is not the designing of a test, but the way it's used to inform. Formative assessments help teachers identify misconceptions and concepts that students are struggling to understand. Teachers use a wide variety of methods to evaluate students' learning needs during the process of instruction. Adjustments can be made to lessons, instructional techniques, and academic support after a formative assessment has been given. Formative assessment is small measurements, a pinpoint evaluation of a specific skill or process you are teaching right now. The components that are part of a formative assessment process are multiple opportunities for success. How will students be involved in generating the learning criteria? How will students and teachers determine the appropriate learning progression towards the mastery of skills? What evidence will be collected to determine student learning? How and when will teachers provide feedback to the students? How will students engage in metacognition by reflecting on their learning and creating learning goals and plans of action? By implementing formative assessments, educators can develop a language lens that uncovers and showcases the growth of this culturally and linguistically diverse population. Evidence-based conversations between educators about what students are producing can directly lead to ideas for effective student feedback and instruction. Showing background knowledge of students can help the teacher to better prepare content and provide opportunities for students to build confidence by showing their strengths and skills. An example of formative assessment is a dialogue journal, where the teacher responds to the student journal entry as a response of modeling suggested improvements. This allows the student to take ownership of revisions. Academic conversations. Prime students by establishing norms and expectations in discussions. Ask good questions during discussions. Avoid questions that suggest a right or wrong answer or are overly broad and intimidating. Ask probing questions to find out what students know, need to know, and have misunderstood. Figure out what the next steps for teaching are. Be sure to elicit a response from multiple students. Avoid going for the first hands raised. Record student responses to questions on the board by tagging. Build your bends. Develop the ability to assess students. Binning means to identify how, why, and to what degree answers are incorrect. Journals or learning logs. They show growth over time, give students a way to monitor their own learning, and are a way to synthesize information.
And then we will read, and then you will read by yourself. Ready? Our park has bushes. And there's the bush. Now together, ready? You and me. Our park has bushes. And now it's JR's turn. You ready? Okay. Our Good, right? You got that hard word, bushes.
Scaffolded essays and conversations. Students are also provided with guidance for thoroughly thinking through a topic. This provokes higher order thinking and problem-solving skills in all students. And it focused solely on the content area and formative assessments are not for grading. Formative assessments are not a single assessment like an end-of-term test. Rather, they capture the information of a student's learning over time. Formative assessment shows practice. It's the journey, not the destination. Some challenges to using formative assessments in the classroom include time, standardized tests, parents, and other staff members. So the question is it about the learning or is it about the score? Formative assessments do matter. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation on formative assessments.